KWTN 100.9 FM, DJ Guaranteed, Communications Officer for the Winnebago Tribe, Garen Coons. Joined in the studio, we have DJ Bessamy, the Communications Office Manager, known as Bethany Redhorn. We also have MCBKC and Brian Chamberlain, the Winnebago Indian News Editor. Okay, folks, we do have to get to the point right away here. So if you have an opportunity, we shared this on the Winnebago Tribe's Facebook page, the Winnebago Indian News, and we're live on Big Voice Radio 100.9 FM. We have some important information because tomorrow, Friday, November 15th, is the deadline for the general welfare exclusion payment.
Yes.
Everybody has to make sure, if you haven't already, we appreciate those that have. There's over, I want to say, 4,000 eligible tribal members. We're down to, we haven't reached about 1,000 of the tribal members. So if you have an opportunity, you got to let them know that they need to make sure that they fill out the application. The application can be found a lot of variety of places. If you're in Winnebago, there's a QR code down at the big screen. It's been published in the Winnebago Indian News. You can go to WinnebagoTribe.com. It's right there. It's on the homepage. As soon as you click on WinnebagoTribe.com, you can see it right there, and then you can go through the application. And in fact, we're going to go through the application right now and show you kind of some of the steps. Now, some of you have been out there saying, I did it. But you want to make sure that that last page comes up where it says a thank you, and then it has some dates and stuff. We'll go through it here momentarily. But we just want to make sure that we get this shared. And for those that need to get some information, maybe you have a comment, maybe you have an issue, maybe you have something that you want to ask. We'll try our best here to fill out that information. So opening statements, Brian?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. And I'm so happy that we're able to get on our social media platforms, on the live terrestrial radio to get this information out, because tomorrow at 4:30 is the deadline. There are still over 1,000 tribal members who have not yet filled out this application. And we have seen the listing of people who have not yet filled out the application. If you're hearing our voice, you probably have relatives who are in this pool of people who are still not completed with the application. Reach out to everyone, especially those not on social media, your elders or your younger relatives that either they don't have a phone or a computer or something, because these names on the list that I see right now, and then also what we have seen, they are people that are probably not hearing the message. So reach out to them today. The application itself, like you said, we're going to go through. It only takes a couple of minutes. You do need to have a photo ID, so whether that's your driver's license, your state issued ID, or your tribal ID with you, because you have to upload a photo with the application. But it's a simple process. And then if you don't have all of that information, collect it, get it together, and then you can go forward with that. Also, if you have a bank account, you can get your funds transferred electronically to your bank account early. So that is an option for you as well. But if you want the paper check, and then that date will be on the December 4th and 5th at the Blackhawk Whirling Thunder Wellness Gymnasium. But the choice is up to you. But you will not have a check if you do not do the application. We can't say it any plainly. I know there's a rumor out there that, I'll just go get my check. No, they will not print a check for you unless you do the application. You must do the application. That is just a rumor that it's going to be waiting for you. No application, no payment.
Probably the number one question that we've been getting here at the Big Voice and at the Winnebago Tribe. Administration can help out. We'll give you that number here momentarily and stuff, but they want to know if the application went through. And we're going to do that application here in a couple minutes. And so we'll just kind of show you, if you get that to that final page and it says submit, and then it pops up thank you, then it has that information. We'll show that. That knows that you notified that DocuSign. Now, some people are asking, I don't want to put my information. I don't know if it's secure and things like that. We found out DocuSign is very secure. In fact, the U.S. Department of Defense uses DocuSign and stuff. So this is a new wave. You know, a lot of times I think in the past, there was a check printed.
Yes.
But for this one, it's called the General Welfare Exclusion Payment.
Yes.
There has to be an application. So,
Yes.
and you guys put it on your front page of the Winnebago in the News.
Yes.
General Welfare Exclusion Payment application deadline looms, and tomorrow you want to make sure you get that done, because tomorrow is basically, we're just calling it the deadline day.
Yep.
And after that, finance will get to work. We appreciate them, but they're going to be going cross-referencing. And if there's something missing, you do have to get your ID ready to go. You have to have your enrollment number, just kind of a FYI. And then I think we're about ready. So you want to walk us through that step?
Yeah. So we are going to visually show you all how to get over to the application. So it's on the Winnebago Tribe's webpage. Sorry, I'm going to fit your screen. So starting off on Google, but we do have it tabbed here. Go to WinnebagoTribe.com and then go to the Tribe's page right there on the top. You won't miss it. Click here, Winnebago Tribal Membership, for details on the GWE payment. And then there's other information as well. So a lot of the frequently asked questions could probably be answered through some of these points that were made for those out there that wanted more information. But right there, apply now. Click on that.
Okay.
And then it will bring us to the application. So general welfare exclusion payment eligibility. And so we ran through all of that. But again, the deadline tomorrow, November 15th. So make sure you get this in before tomorrow, close of business. Hit start. And so up there, you could see that too. It has the percentage of how far you are in completing the application. So that's pretty helpful as well. And I did see someone do it on a mobile friendly. So we're on a desktop, but either or, it's user friendly. But tribal member name. And so we will go with Bigum's Voice Radiation. Or no?
Yeah. This is just a test, because you're going to have to get your social security number and your enrollment. But
yes,
we cleared this with the finance team. They know that this application is going to come through as a demonstration.
Yes.
So just kind of a FYI.
And then after you type in your tribal member name, so your first, last name, and if you have any like junior, senior, the suffix, and then you'll type in your email.
Well,
and then
let's put the real email just so that we can get the confirmation.
Gotcha.
So our email at KWTN at Winnebago Tribe or whatever. There you go. So you'll need a valid. Some of the elders too, they might not have an email, so you might need to help them out. Every Wednesday, I know that the Winnebago Public Health Department and at the Senior Center, they have been helping the elders, and we appreciate them. So we kind of browse through the list. There's some people that are from like Arizona. We haven't been able to reach them. So if you have any relatives like in other states, make sure you kind of check in with them.
Yep.
If you guys have any questions too, here it is. Like if we're live, we'll try to get you respond to your questions. Like I said, the number one question asked right now is, how do I know my application's been submitted?
yes.
And we'll get to that point. So keep going.
All right, so we have to, again, and someone that I helped, they were kind of confused on like why you put your full name up top and then you have to specify each parts of your name. But it's, if you have the suffix, it's pretty much to like kind of, how would you identify if you have that included in your name. But you'll put in your first name, your middle name, and not just the initial. You have to type your full middle name and then your last name. So again, if it has the red asterisk by it, that means that they need that information. But we will do our address up here, which is 912 South Mission Drive. And then city, which is going to be Winnebago. And then Nebraska. Oh, you just put NE for Nebraska.
Postal code NE or whatever your state is.
Yes. And then we have whatever your zip code is. So for us, it's going to be the Winnebago zip code. And then we'll go with the social security number. So you have to put this in. Do you have to put the dashes?
Yes.
Okay. So 55555. Oh, thought I was pressing the dash. 5555. And so enrollment number, you'll put your last 4 of your enrollment number. So Winnebago tribal members, make sure you have your enrollment number at hand. And then if it's for an inmate, they'll include that. And that's only if they're incarcerated. Phone number, which we are going to use the main line, 402-878-2272, and whatever your phone number is. And then again, the date of birth. And so you must have been 18 by October 9th. So I'm not a whiz math, guys.
Might as well just put because you just had a birthday not too long ago. So there you go.
Yep. I'm only 24. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay. And then you'll go into the ACH or check. So this is if you want the direct deposit, which will be on November 26th, or the check, which will be a pickup date of December 4th and December 5th. And so checks not cashed by December 31st will not be reissued. So you must cash your check before December 31st. So you'll specify which option you're going to go with, direct deposit or check. So we'll do direct deposit, and then Winnebago Federal Union. And then routing number 555 555555. Oh.
Yes, so at this point, of course, if you are going to use the ACH process, that means that you do have a bank account that the tribe can transfer this money into. So, of course, you will use your institution's name, not the one that we're making up here.
Yes.
You will also have the unique routing number of your financial institution. Call them, or if you don't already have it, it's an easy number to get, and then you will enter your own individual account number for either your checking, savings, or whichever account you're going to place it into. So,
I got a question.
yes.
What if you don't have a bank account?
Then later on, or right there, then there's also a check option, I
Yes.
believe, that you'll click on. So
Okay.
you can either click ACH or check, I believe, right above that,
Okay.
and it'll take you to the respective field. So if you choose ACH, the tribe anticipates transfer into those bank accounts on November 26th, which is just before the Thanksgiving holiday. If you do not want an ACH, or you don't have a bank account and you go for the paper check, paper check distribution will be at Whirling Thunder Wellness, the Blackhawk Community Center gym, on December 4th and 5th.
Okay.
So there are options for you to get your money in various different ways. But again, we're going through the application process, guys, because you will not have a check unless you do the application. All adults 18 and above as of October 9th must fill out the application.
Go ahead and hit next here. We're
All
kind
right.
of on a time limit because everybody's going to it's going to take too long and stuff. But actually, we've been probably...
Just
not
step
even-
by step
yeah,
explaining.
It's actually going to take you about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Brian, how long did it take you think?
Yeah, not even 2 minutes. I had my stuff ready. I had my photo prepared, and boom, boom, boom.
Yep. And then so...
Easy as pie.
Also, shout out to the Winnebago Public Health Department, Bobby Wolf, Serenity. There is a number that they put it onto the tribe's Facebook page, and I'll read that number off because not everybody's on Facebook. We're also streaming on YouTube and then over the airwaves, but the number is 531-233-0769. And if you need some help, like personal help, you know what I mean, as far as filling out this application, or maybe you need your ID scanned or just a picture of it or anything like that, they can help you guys out. Also, Billy, who's with the finance department as well, she's our grants and contracts specialist. There will be free check cashing available on the distribution days. So again, if you don't have a checking account or don't know your ACH or your routing number and all that, there's going to be a little wait there.
Yeah,
because
just a few days.
Yeah.
Because the holiday.
Yeah, but it'll be in December. If you do ACH, that's kind of a motivation to get your money into the bank account. $500, that's going to be deposited straight into your account. You don't have to, worry about picking up the check or anything like that. It just goes straight up to the account. So keep going.
All right, so this next one that we have here, it's going to be a summary of everything that we've put together in the application so far. So just kind of skim over it, make sure you have everything
Can
put
that
in there.
get a little bigger?
The text part of it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For
Yep.
the screen?
Good zoom.
Because
that
I'm
bad
watching
boy
on a
in.
phone here, and it's a little small. So
How's that looking?
it's delayed here. Yep, it looks good. Oh, much better.
Yes.
Much better. Okay.
So it's a summary kind of showing everything that you already put in, all your information. And so again, make sure whatever had the asterisk by it, the red star symbol looking thingy, that's where you have to make sure you include information in that line. And so again, the ACH or the check. And so just review it, skim it over, make sure it's all good. Then you can hit next.
And then it gives you kind of like how far along you're on the process here pretty soon. So, yep, keep going.
And so this next one here, so ours, we got to allow it. But you will go ahead and agree to that. And that's just basically an electronic records and signature agreement that you're going to be using the DocuSign. So hit continue. It'll show you all of that information here. You can hit the tabs and it'll bring you directly to where you need to be at. So you'll initial there. And so we'll just go with this bad boy right there. Adopt an initial. And then information's input there. And so this is where the state.
And if you're not familiar with DocuSign, DocuSign creates an electronic signature for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if hey, that's not my signature, the fact that you're accessing the system is the validation.
Mm-hmm. And so then the next part right here will be where we have to put in that attachment. So when you click that, you can upload it. So if you're on a desktop, you can upload the file, and that's where you'll have to have it kind of on hand.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll take a picture of it, you'll upload it or save it onto your device.
Yes. Yep, your photo ID, and then that's where you place the file. So your driver's license, your state issued ID, your tribal ID, photo ID. Remember, guys, photo ID, that's where you attach the file.
So we just attached all our Big Voice picture there, but it would be your tribal ID that you're uploading right there. And so our state ID, any ID
driver's
in
license
there
works. Yep.
My point in that too that I want to make mention of is if you're on a phone, it does give you the option to take the picture.
Yes.
So you can do that, but as I was mentioning, with us being on the desktop, it just gave us the option to upload. But you can do the picture from your phone if you're on a mobile device. So after that's all input, you just kind of scroll down and then you can sign, and that's where you'll pretty much finish. You'll know when you're ready to hit finish because that will light up yellow. So hit that bad boy.
Click finish.
Click finish.
And then there it is. That's the one that you want to get to, guys.
Yes.
That's your $500 statement right there. If you see this,
spank you.
Yes, we received your form. If you picked ACH, you'll receive the payment electronically on, and I think that's a Tuesday, right? November 26th.
Yes.
If you pick check, the distribution dates are 12/4 and also 12/5. If picking up in person, be at the BH Blackhawk Community Center gym. All checks will be mailed on the 6th. If not picked up during the distribution date, checks not cashed by, you have until the end of the month on December. And they will not,
So overall, the process is relatively quick. Have your documents ready, meaning your ID, whichever one you're going to use. You should know the last 4 digits of your enrollment number because you will need that. And of course, your standard contact information, your address, your name, your social, etc. The process itself takes barely 2 minutes if you have everything prepared. But if you do need help, you can get a hold of the Winnebago Tribe Administration at their main phone number, 402-878-2272, as well as the other phone number that Garen mentioned previously.
Yes.
There are several individuals available to help, but again, the main point, get this filled out. Contact your relatives, guys, especially those that are not on social media. Don't assume that they've completed this. Make sure they're done with it because tomorrow at 4:30 is the deadline, and we don't want anyone to be SOL.
1,000 tribal members still need to fill out the application.
Yes.
So if you're out there and you're like, I'm just going to wait until the deadline date, just do it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because remember we had the internet outage and all this and that and stuff. Tomorrow you might be busy, something might happen or whatever. Just get it done right now. We'll pull the report, and then tomorrow is the deadline, guys. So help us on out, share it, and appreciate all the entities that are helping. Enrollment has a actual desktop or a place or a laptop where if you need to go in, check them out. Administration also has that over there, and they are located right up here on top of the hill.
Yes.
A lot of people, we're doing renovations down at the Blackhawk Center right now, but and then any questions, the number to call is 402-878-2272.
Yes.
402-878-2272 is the number if you have any questions. And like the number one question that we've been asked is, do you know if you got my submission? Well, that's that line right there. It says, thank you.
Yep.
We received your form. And we've been noticing, too, that there's people on here that submit it like 4 times or whatever. That's okay. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, sure, they'll make sure that they'll cross-reference and stuff. Finance knows what they're doing. But there are people that haven't filled out the form and stuff.
Yes.
That's who we're trying to reach.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So
Again, and I didn't want to cut you off with that, Garen, but all 3 of us here in the studio have relatives on this list.
Yes.
So if
Yeah,
you're
we do.
hearing our voice,
I'm coming for
you
you.
have relatives on this list. And if you know that they don't have a phone even, or they're not on social media, for some reason they didn't see the Winnebago Indian News, reach out to them now. Reach out to them today, because you only have until 4:30 tomorrow to fill this out. And if you're asking the reason why, the General Welfare Exclusion Payment, which was approved by the Tribal Council back on October 7th, is money that does not come from the casinos. It's not unrestricted money. It has to be done this way. That's why the process must include an application. You have to apply for it in order to get it. But that's, the $500 is there for all the tribal members, the adult age tribal members. Let me make that clear. And then if you want it, you got to fill out the application. I don't know who started that rumor, but that rumor is incorrect. There is no one being paid without the application. No application, no payment. No application, no payment. Reach out to your relatives today, because there's over 1,000 of them right now who are not done with the process.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Any questions coming through on your guys' social media channels and stuff?
I've seen there's people watching with us, and then so now that we got the application, there's one other thing that we do need to throw out there.
Yep.
Okay, so the application's done. You got your thank you confirmation. It looks like exactly like what you're seeing on the screen. The Winnebago Tribe's logo, thank you, as well as some dates, etc. If you see that screen, you're good to go.
Yep.
Now the next thing is whether you get ACH or you get a paper check. That is up to you. But if you get a paper check, that must be cashed, meaning it has to leave the tribe's bank account before December 31st. So you can spend it when you want. You can spend it how you want, but it has to leave the tribe's account before December 31st. So for those of you that have opted for the paper check, make sure that you get it processed through the system, if that's the way to say it, prior to the close of the year, before New Year's Eve, because they are basically going to be void as of January 1st.
The application took 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you make sure you have your enrollment number, the number. Enrollment is open during regular business hours. So if you just need to call out there, or if you need to go into their office and stuff, they're open. Bobby and Serenity are helping. They even said that they will, if an elder doesn't want anything to do with it, and because they don't like technology, and we have our elders and stuff, we all know a relative, they'll even go to that location within probably the boundaries of the res and help them out. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that everybody, the tribal council, the Winnebago tribe, and the administration, they all thought that this is very needed. As you know, there's a lot of things happening. Inflation is crazy. Groceries, all that. Holidays are just around the corner. So utilities, whatever you do, we want to make sure that the tribal members are taken care of. So thank you for doing that. And any last words?
Yeah, I just wanted to throw in there that they did mention that there will be free check cashing available on the distribution days.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And then also, just to reiterate that number, Bobby said it was 531-233-0769, and that's for Serenity and Bobby. And then also you mentioned the personal trips for those that need that. And then Billy also mentioned locations that tribal members can go is to the enrollment office, tribal administration office, human resources, or Bobby Wolf and Serenity Drew.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for helping us on out. Those that are listening, those that helped us at the communications department, our goal is to not leave anybody left behind on this one. You know what I mean? So this is a very important message. Yeah, for real. For real. So if we can get this word out, and again, thank you guys to all those that are either helping, help spread the word, and just letting and checking on your relatives. You know what I mean? Our Winnebago relatives. So
Too much stuff out there.
Okay, guys. Well,
good job today, guys.
Yes, thank you very much, and thank you to the Winnebago Indian News for helping get us the word out and having the thought and feeling. Big Voice Radio, appreciate you guys. Know we're getting back to our regular scheduled programming, which is All Requests Live, the replay. We have Res Ride coming up at 4 o'clock today, and then we have some great programming too. So if you guys want to listen to some jams, listen to some stories, Big Voice Radio, 100.9 FM, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe. Thank you guys. And tomorrow, November 15th, is the deadline day for the general welfare exclusion payment. You guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Get her done.